Welcome back to my top secret storage facility, where we keep in containment the irradiated undead zombie. Coming from an undisclosed location, we will be taking a look at a 1/18 scale Bossfight Studios Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S action figure. The government has tried everything to put this undead zombie down, but he just won't die. As a last resort, the government decided to nuke him to see if that would finally put him to rest. But unfortunately it didn't. So now they've decided to lock him away in the secret facility in containment. And you guys get to witness this review. So the packaging on this figure looks fantastic. It comes in like this containment cell. It looks very cool. This is definitely something you might want to retain even after you remove the action figure from the package. On the front of the packaging, we have the secured bolts here on the side. We have a containment window, probably bulletproof and any kind of material radiation proof. We have some kind of a digital lock here. We have a warning. There's an irradiated undead inside. Do not open, I'm assuming. I kind of wish this adult collectible for ages 12 and up wasn't here and give it a more realistic pose. Because you could get a bunch of these and just set them up for a nice diorama. On the side here we have the biohazard symbol, gauges, lights, the overall steel cell frame, and you can tell the nice weathering. Looks like it's starting to decay from the radiation. And I also wish that the Bossfight Studio logo was not on the side. All that information I wish was on the bottom, so it had been presentation had been really nice. But at least for the side, you can butt them together. You won't be able to see it. And the same thing for this side. It has the Bossfight Studio logo on. We have another gauge, different color lights. It looks amazing. And the back has some information on it. I kind of wish that wasn't there either, but we have a vent here at the bottom. And some ooze coming out, or radiation, whatever you want it to be. See, that's what the front could look like if it didn't have that print on there. You can put all this information on the bottom, but we have a UPC. So for me, and about you guys, I think this is awesome. So I want to keep the box and try to keep it as pristine as possible. So all you want to do is either cut the top. Let's do the bottom. Slice that piece of tape right there, and then we can see the figure. And be very careful if you want to keep your box. Looks like it's just in a clamshell. So we have accessories. The backdrop inside is pretty cool looking. Some decaying stone, different colors. Very nice. So we have the figure and a clamshell. No tape. Slide it out. There's not really much going on with the figure. It's pretty much an irradiated figure. Kind of translucent green plastic. We do have the wounds, where he's been trying to be put down several times unsuccessfully. We have orange. Well, I guess they're now their shorts, not pants. They're pretty much chewed up. He has no other clothing on. Just a bunch of wounds here on his arm, his chest, on this arm, on his legs, some slices, some cuts, some shots. On the back of the figure, we do have a white paint down on, maybe it's a spinal cord sticking out. Piece of a shoulder bone. Screws kind of unsightly. Let's take a look at that head sculpt. It's kind of a fine tune between decayed flesh and the skull. If you look at this eye, it's more of a zombie appearance. Then over here you have more of a skull appearance on this side. You can start seeing like here on the top of the forehead and around the eye, the skull of the character. But he still has his ears. Interesting. Very nice. So let's take a 360 look, and then we'll take a look at the articulation. Looks great. Okay, so for his head, we have a down, a little bit of an up. We have a side to side, rotation 360, and of course it's removable if you want a decapitated zombie. Arms are on a ball joint. They rotate 360 if you can get him to surrender, which would be funny. Arms go up that much. We have a articulation at the elbow, rotation 360. You have bendable elbows. We have 90 degrees and 90 degrees. So on the wrist, they rotate 360 on this hand, and it looks like it goes in and out. Yep, on that one. This one's 360. And let me see what that looks like. Yeah, that's also a in and out. It's kind of stiff though. So you have that like this. You do not get any of the up and downs, which works better for the zombies. So we have some an ab crunch. It is back. You can get a side to side, and a rotation all the way around. For his legs, he will sit like a champ. He does an amazing split. Couldn't act perfect. Can't ask better than that. We have a pretty good split this way. We have double jointed knees, so we have the bottom joint there, and then if you utilize both, you get more than you're ever going to need. On the knees, the feet, they pivot down, rotate 360, back to stationary, and they pivot up. Then we have 2 peg holes in his feet, and looks great. Very nicely done. Let's see if we can get him to glow. Ooh, look at that. Very incredible. Wow. Very translucent. Very nice. Very cool. Awesome. And no, he doesn't come with any electronic lights inside. If you can build yourself a diorama with a containment chamber with some LEDs, the way this figure is manufactured, you could probably get some pretty nice glowing presents for the figure in a containment. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Let's get a look at the accessories. This comes in a baggie. So looks like we get, say, stand and 2 weapons. First one here, here's our stand. Well, we have a different type stand from Bossfight Studios than we're used to seeing. It's kind of like a drain and a wood. It's all done in gray. Very cool. I really wish they would start doing stands that you can interlock them, kind of like Hot Toys, because there's so many offerings. You could create some really nice bases, and it wouldn't cost them anything less or anything more, because you didn't come with every figure. Just make them connect. I mean, it's such a great feature, and I think it adds value to figures if companies would do that. Here we have a broom. Tan handle, tan top. We have some wraps here at the top of the broom, gray. Then we have yellow bristles with some radiation throughout. Looks cool. I like it. I'm sure it's a zombie we'll be using or anything, but here we have a pipe, gray pipe. We have some orange markings on the pipe. Then we have that radiation on the top of it. It looks like someone was trying to club some zombies with this. Looks great. So the way the figure is sculpted, you're not going to be able to hold any of the accessories that it comes with. They have open hands, and they're not going to fit. And there's not an extra set of hands. So this is more for your victims. So, but you know, it's not bad. Not a bad figure. These are a little cheaper than what you're used to seeing from Bossfight Studios, which are, you know, those figures that go from $24.99 and up. But the zombie is more priced around your Army Builder Basics, which are $19.99. So he's $19.99, and he's still widely available today as this video. So if you do like it, you can go out and pick him up, you know, anywhere online that offers or is a licensed dealer of Bossfight Studio products. Overall, I think it looks great. I think the sculpt's good. If you can just look at the sculpt work in the detail of the skin, the paint. So everything looks good. If I had to pick a couple things I didn't like, was I like the screw in the back. And one thing I'm not a fan of for their assembly is these little, I like how they do these tabs here in the legs, because that can create some gappage. And, you know, doesn't have to be like that. That's kind of an old school, kind of looks like an old school sculpt technique. They should just use a full piece. Like we have the ability now and the different designs that we can eliminate those cracks and gaps in the overall aesthetic of the figure. But like I said, if I had to pick something out, that's the only two things I could find. The materials feel great. The figure looks fantastic. The paint, the sculpt, the materials feel wonderful. Looks incredible. I think it's worth the price. And $20. I mean, it costs action figures anymore. So you get a really interesting figure. Not too many companies are messing with zombies. Like you big box companies are not going to do something like this too much, because they have an image to maintain. So you get 3 accessories and a zombie, and if you keep that really cool packaging, you got yourself a little containment for your dioramas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. If you've already subscribed, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate your support. Please like and share the video, as well as subscribe. Happy collecting. Thanks for watching, and we will definitely see you in our next review.